I'm Dr. Arshiya Lokhandwala, and I'm the curator of the exhibition Prussian Blue, a serendipitous color that altered the trajectory of art. This is a large survey exhibition of 19 artists, and each of the artists were invited to contemplate or think about their work in the context of Prussian Blue. The works in this exhibition actually speak about various issues: the transcendental color of blue, the calm nature, the meditation, or where you connect with the self and the other are in some of the artists' work. As you know, Prussian blue contains cyanide. So through that, several of the works over here are commenting on environment, on the world today. Some of the artists here have made cyanotypes, also referring to the history of map making, cartography, in which you actually see the use of blue and also kind of looking at the idea of the cosmos, the universe. The color blue is also associated with sadness, melancholia, and we have two artists whose work kind of resonate in that manner, following the trajectory of Picasso's blue period.
When I was thinking about this show, I thought of the whole thing as a kind of a musical movement, Since the prompt was Prussian Blue, I thought, okay, I will write 7 words, all starting with B. So bribe, blasphemy, you're blaspheming the religion. This kind of intolerance towards things. So all that is connected with the words. And these lamps I have used in the past also. For me, they are like human arms, but they are machinic. And I think this is the condition of the human being at the moment, that we are half machine, half human. The top words, as you can see, blues, it's a form of music that I love, jazz, blues. So it's some things that I really care for, so blues. And Baba Saheb is somebody that we really need to look into. It was interesting that I could write Baba Saheb in Hindi and also Balatkar in Hindi, along with the other words, which are, and the last word of course is beauty. But the whole question then is, what kind of beauty?
This is my work, Light Song 1, 2 and 3. What I was most attracted to actually was the light sensitive quality of Prussian Blue, which allowed architects to actually create blueprints for the first time. So I used a process called cyanotype, where basically you mix 2 chemicals and then you coat a paper or threads or individual threads with this mixture of chemicals. And then when you expose it to the sun, there's a reaction that happens that creates the formation of the color Prussian blue. And the parts that you don't want to turn blue, you actually shield them from the sunlight so they stay white.
My work is based on the 7 shades of Prussian Blue, which you can see on the ceiling. And I've used the Jata part of the Indian Rig Ved to make a visual representation of the same. And the name of the work is called In the Self of Mind. The hexagonal frames are metaphors of the mind and the imaginings of the mind, and they are getting reflected on the self, and they actually become like individual selves as you walk through the work and you look into the glasses.
Basically, I'm trying to understand the different values of Prussian blue color on top of each other. So every layer is similar, but on top of each other it creates multiple values, multiple tones, which is something I'm trying to build here in the exhibition. Since Prussian blue is the first lab-made color, it was more interesting to see it because it kind of revolutionized the whole blue color in the art world and the world in general. And later on, it was heavily used by architects and engineers and artists too to create copies of it. So the copy thing got me very interested, and the multiple copies of the same thing again and again, and that's when I also started to think about multiple copies on top of each other and play with the value because Prussian blue is also a very translucent color.
We are actually very glad to be in a part of this show with a very interesting prompt about the color. We are actually dealing with the inverted color of it. We are talking about Prussian blue, but we are standing in a yellow. We will come back to these points in a while, but this is a work about Weeping Farm, our continuous project from last 11 years now. Today we are standing in a place where we will be spraying blue color ink, which is basically sprayed after every 40 minutes. This has happened because of statistics from Oxfam talking about the agrarian crisis and each death happening after every 40 minutes. So we're going to be using fountain pen ink, which is a marker of a death or marker of a knowledge or anything like that. And we are using the pesticides, as you can see. It's a very, very obvious kind of connection, but also the entire work of the drawing builds up in next 3 months. We're going to be spraying 12 sprays in a day, thinking about that exhibition hour starts from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That makes it 360 sprays in a month and then into 3 months. So thinking that over 1,000 deaths will happen while we are actually being a part of the exhibition viewing. So this is something which was really haunting to us, and we thought that these are important youngster pointers where we need to put it out there.